Granblue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok patch dropped along with an entire expansion's worth of content. Let's talk about it. Before you skip ahead, this is an enormous patch that changes not only character-specific stuff, but overhauls entire universal gameplay mechanics. I'll also be leaving out things achievable through the expansion, such as the summon system, new sigils, and master traits. Look forward to specific character spotlights in the near future. I'm also going to skim over some obscure stuff, such as minor bug fixes. P.S. Yo, if you want the coolest, most handsome Granblue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok content heading your way, make sure you subscribe and follow me on all of these. Pretty please. Oh wow. Let's start with crossplay, which is now a thing for this game. This means a bigger pool of players to pull from and generally is a win across the board for everyone. Inclusively, console gamers can now create and enter sessions with those, say, on Steam. We can't add said platforms traditionally, but you can coordinate in-game follows and manually enter session codes, etc., which is pretty close to exactly the same thing. Additionally, quest counter prompts such as "Go Online" is now just online. It works pretty seamlessly, even when returning to vanilla content. Speaking of other players, you can now borrow a copy of their character to fill out your solo party. This takes place at the quest counter. Say your mate MmmLurch isn't around, you can recruit the spirit of his main to fight alongside you while he's offline. Or if you just want a random super built Yodarha, that's also available to you, my friend. Speaking of party members, look at this. That's character colors and currently equipped weapon. Sometimes changing pose based on their position. This is insane. Decadent, and generally just for the art style enjoyers, but insane nonetheless. Maybe my favorite change to the game even. Maybe. Visibility is generally better too. Both out and inside of battle. My personal pick is the sigil icons being easier to differentiate and identify. Quest stuff is all different as well. This includes difficulty adjustments, certain drops, and in the case of Superboss Lucilius, far better visual telegraphs. It should be noted that Quick Quest now includes 6 of vanilla endgame stuff, so I'm talking like you might be thrown into a Proto-Bahamut fight, or to your own detriment, one of the mega boss rushes when turning on Quick Quest. Side quest NPCs can now be teleported to when in town, and you have things to turn in. Good. Now, when on the talk of collections and quest drops, one no longer needs to commit to RNG prayer when farming their character's Terminus weapon. This is now done via trade-ins with the new item Ultimate Memory. Upon trading the required amount, you now just receive your chosen weapon. Now, I did farm it myself, and if just focused on Proto-Bahamut fights, like we were in the past, it'll take around 3 clears to get enough to trade into the blacksmith. But of course, with the expansion, there are additional methods. Now more into battle system stuff. Perfect guards no longer restart a combo. Skybound arts are now easier to activate, including mid-air activation. Damage from using Skybound arts has been upped significantly. Additionally, most ranged characters can activate their own from further away. Buffs and debuffs now work differently. Example, attacker buffs are calculated separately from affected members' damage cap. Damage buffs and debuffs can stack, and naturally this has caused a need for an entire overhaul when it comes to character skills and unique sigils that relate to this. You won't notice the nerfs. And if you didn't already catch on, you can now run support like substitute tank Gran and healer Cagliostro quite viably. Healing and drain relevant things have been changed as well. The only things you need to know is it just works. Link time foes now stumble. In the past, link time would occasionally knock foes out of reach, which was sometimes quite detrimental to getting the most out of one's link time. Stun power's cap has been raised tenfold, which I hope will welcome in breaker party setups. That'll be cool to see. I'm gonna try it. I'll try to do it. New graphic settings finally allow visual noise reduction and highlighting player silhouettes. Speaking of visual clutter, you can turn off ally damage numbers. Good. Mastery points now cap out at almost 1 million, and Knicknack vouchers cap out similarly. Additionally, you can now roll 100 new sigils at a time with your vouchers. The trade-in feature is now just called Recycle, which just makes sense. When it comes to trading items for vouchers, you can now just trade all filters for things like Right Stones. No longer is it sort of just limited to sigils. Good. And the other treasure trade stuff has been adjusted, with everything essentially being cheaper. New vanilla materials added to Dahlia badge trade. Most important things to note is that silver centrums cost 50 for folly coins instead of one's life savings, and it's unlimited. Lastly, when it comes to Knicknack Shack, Terminus weapons are generally cheaper to awaken. This will make sense when you get to expansions content. Now for the characters! Gran and Djeeta got some huge changes to their quality of life. They can now dodge while charging power rays without resetting. Normal attacks and power rays are now straight up stronger. Phalanx now hits allies wherever they're positioned. It used to be exclusively those nearby. Substitute Gran's damage cut instead of defense up, which makes sense as one of Gran's new master traits has a built-in defense up mechanic. Not too much to say for the Katalina mains, except for the main thing. Katalina no longer loses areas during pack strike while dodging. This is where all of her damage comes from, so it's a huge win for cat mains. So, next is Rackam. Rackam no longer loses auto-aim while walking. B-Blast into B-Blast no longer causes Rackam to move forward. His normals and B-Blast 5 now deal more damage. Coffin Maker has better reach. So, not too much there on your gameplay loop, he's just better. I doubt this is going to substantially change Rackam's gameplay loop, and I imagine you're still going to be creating your own raid mechanics to hit that high execution ceiling. EO generally packs a bigger damage punch across the board. Additionally, she can better weave in charged attacks after other combat actions. I don't believe this will change how EO is typically played already, which is fantastic because a happy EO main equals a quest quickly obliterated. Eugen sees improvements to his grenade throws when stacking. He can now switch to sniper vision regardless of enemy proximity and generally has better reads on the interface and ease when it comes to his intended gameplay loop. Rosetta is a whole different beast in terms of viability, with power increases to Lost Love, Combo D, and attacks from roses planted with Rose Palace. Landing Rose Tycoon now restores planted gauges.
My god. Welcome to my garden.
Rose Palace can be dodged, cancelled, and still plant a rose. She can also bring out successive Rose Palaces in the same spot as her initial rose. Finally, she no longer loses her roses upon entering critical condition. The build-up with Rosetta is huge to really even begin damaging, so all of these changes are gonna be helping her keep her roses on bosses and not lose all out and have to build from the ground up. Win-win! Charlotta no longer has to mash her combo so intensively. They've also added power to her finishers while in noble stance. Her shielding skills now also hit allies wherever they're positioned. Now, big rework to Ghandagoza. I feel like the devs really understand Ghandagoza mains perfectly. They want to be Ghandagoza. Purging Spirits has a reduced animation lock for Ferry. Pendle, Strafe, and Pet Attacks now better fill her Skybound art gauge. Benediction now hits full screen instead of just nearby. And, of course, any bugs of note with her pets are now gone. Win for Ferry mains. Narmaya's Setsuna now has upper animation luck. To compensate, her finishes now deal more damage. Narmaya dodge cancel method has been nerfed, and Transient now properly goes on cooldown. She's also had her butterfly attack boost lowered, but her associated Warpath Sigil now has a reduced Skybound Art gain penalty. It's a little push and pull for Narmaya mains. Of course, that doesn't matter to me because I don't main Narmaya. Stellar Glance has been changed to grant Avalanche during prolonged combos. This is what Avalanche does. Yeah. It should be noted that alongside characters like Charlotta, Lancelot, and Dragon Form Id have better ease of use and are spared any RSI when it comes to mashing attack combos. Vane gets a buff to Rift Divider when it comes to guarding foes. I don't think that changes much, and I still think you'll be going for the big combo finisher loops into the big smacks, which I enjoy anyway, so good. Percival gains a power increase to his charge attack. Look at that. This means Percival mains are gonna stay spamming Schlot, most likely. Seigfried's Mirage now grants damage cut instead of defense up. Draconic Release now grants stackable attack up with the changes to buffs and debuffs. Dragon Slayer's Warpath Sigil's penalty has been reduced for ease of use. Good for Sieg. Resident Menace Cag sees a fix and or nerf to her Founder's True Sigil, no longer being able to trigger it via dodge cancel during combo C. Yoda mains see buffs to their combo finishes. And a change dash speed to better, I don't know, meld with other playable characters. Realm's Majesty now grants Zeta longer invisibility. Arvis Hammer now has a shortened delay to initiate her skill.
Just try to run away. How about you? Hold still!
Arvis Vermeer receives a nerf, as now the extra damage only comes from the Inflictor. Vass's Battalions of Fear is now less clunky to operate.
Battalions of Fear! You can't stop Feaster!
But for Vass, it's his charge attacks that have received the most changes. Combo attacks can now dodge cancel into a charge attack with a shorter delay. And his charged attacks can now follow up all damage and debuff skills. Woohoo! Seofon no longer loses Swordshine gauge when accidentally dismissing his avatar.
Let's go!
His avatar finishes also no longer reset the avatar gauge. Huge quality of life changes for Seofons like myself not playing Pixel perfectly. And I wasn't going to mention AI companions, but the AI companion for Seofon will now properly use 7 Stars Brilliance.
The 7 swords gleam with radiance and become our strength!
Now's our chance!
I just think that's really cool. Tweyen's charged power finishes can now better transition into hails. That in mind, fully charged hails and combo C finishes deal more damage. Finally, her Dark Huntress Sigil got a damage up increase. Sandalphon received huge nerfs to his attack and stun power during Chromatic Wings, and also his stun power lowered when using Revontule. I assure you, Sandal MVPs are still everywhere. Any aspiring Sandy mains, and any current Sandy mains yet to try all the new stuff, you'll be okay. Finally, of the base roster, it seems to have had a small rework's worth of changes. Charged lunges can now be initiated from all damage skills. I'm not sure on the pronunciation, is it Versa or Versalis gauge? Regardless, Versalis gauge no longer depletes when it enters critical condition, if he has the auto-revive effect.
Can't take much more.
Never Enough is now less clunky to operate, and has an increased healing cap on the drain effect.
I see through you. Never enough. Perish!
Fourfold Vengeance has received a power nerf, but like a lot of these changes, can have it expanded upon within the new Master Traits system. Dragon Form Id's transformation now deals more hits of damage, his combos now better connect with guarding foes, Light Blast has a bigger AoE, his Reagan Leaf can now better weave into other attacks. Not too many changes for Godmight Id, but he can now dodge during Power Strike with that breaking combo.
Die! Yep. Feeling lucky.
This is like the tip of the iceberg. There are so many more changes as you head into the expansion, more mechanics introduced. I'm having a great time so far. I'll pop up my first impression shortly. But until then, that's it from me, and that's it from this video. There will certainly be more. Thank you for watching, hope you're well, and you got this.